Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Commercial Center Business Association community meeting. I'm so sorry about earlier. We did have some technical difficulties. We started our meeting at 4 o'clock at Melodic Mind Studio. Thank you to Marquivius. And we had 11 in attendance, and there may have been many who were trying to get in on the Zoom meeting and weren't able to join in due to the link and the password. So this is all very new for me. So I'm so sorry, and I do apologize about that, getting used to using the Zoom. But we will work through the technical difficulties and get to the other side of it. So actually, I'm back home and right here from my dining room. So welcome, everyone, and thank you for coming. If you have your surveys, I will come and pick them up from you. You can stop by Suite E11A at A Harmony Nail Spa to bring them over, and I'll be also happy to speak with you and answer any questions that you have. The purpose of our meeting today is to get to know each other and assess the community needs and your individual concerns, and to see how we can work together for the common good. I hope that what I share with you today will help me to gain your trust and to believe in me and what we're doing here today and the vision. I ask that you keep an open mind. I have a short introduction about my qualifications and my history. After that, I'll take questions and comments. To tell you about myself, I'm a Los Angeles native with a background in the performing arts and music, residing in Las Vegas since 1992. I have over 25 years experience in the beauty industry as a holistic salon and spa owner and designer. I'm an author of inspirational literature and my book, The Nature of Miracles, teaching others how to heal using affirmations, meditations, journaling, and prayers. I'm a speaker, singer, holistic healer, and have many philanthropic interests. One has been spearheading our community cleanup and beautification effort in our historic area. My business experience includes startups and contributions to the Las Vegas art scene. I support diversity as a trans woman business owner. My professional career spans 31 years and includes experience in corporate retail and restaurant management, grand openings, project management, and rebranding. My passion is to help people heal from trauma. Currently, I am the owner and operator of A Harmony Nail Spa and Salon since 2002, a 2,500 square foot spa with 15 stations and several employees. I've served as your president and founder of the Commercial Center Business Association, working mostly silently over the past few years and working as a liaison and advocate for small business owners. I created and managed several websites and social media marketing for the historic Commercial Center. Some of my works include commercialcenterdistrict.com, villagesquarecommercialcenter.com, commercialcenterusa.com, freeparkandartlasvegas.com, bringing community murals and art to our historic area. I also serve as president of Lambda Alano Clubhouse, bringing 12-step recovery to the LGBTQ community. I am a past volunteer of the LGBT Center of Southern Nevada and an original founding member since 1995. I have also volunteered for Amnesty International to free prisoners of war. As mentioned, I moved to Las Vegas in 1992 and first came to Commercial Center when I was just 16 years old on a high school field trip to the Violin Outlet right here in New Orleans Square. I later went to beauty school at Rollers in the front of the plaza in 1995 in the B building and graduated as a nail technician there. I have been a customer here through the 90s and at various restaurants and stores enjoying what they offer. At 26, I found sobriety and somehow ended up back here in Commercial Center in 2002 to go to my first AA meeting in Commercial Center, and now 18 years later, still in service at my home group right here in New Orleans Square. I started my beauty career career in 2002 and ended up opening my salon here at Building E, Village Square, in 2004. By 2006, I noticed there were a lot of issues that needed to be addressed. I lost some early customers in 2002 when they told me they didn't feel safe. After 2 years of hearing people say, "Is that where the green door is? Is it safe there?" Generally speaking, even though many businesses were doing okay and had regulars, Commercial Center had developed a bad reputation over several years. We lost our importance in the community due to urban sprawl and indoor malls in the 90s and early 2000s. People just stopped caring for the area. The county and metro withdrew support and services, and the plaza became associated with being old, seedy, sleazy, and dirty. These were the words that customers used. This was reflected also in a wave of bad press and media, and when social media became a thing, it also permeated our early online reviews. So I took it upon myself to change our image. I came up with a plan to clean up and rebrand, to improve the reputation, to show people that it was safe, it was good, and yes, older, but nothing wrong with that. I contacted the local commissioner then, Myrna Williams. She sent her liaison, and we got 5 gallons of paint and some brushes. I called for volunteers. One person showed up after giving out flyers to the whole plaza. I painted, weeded, painted all the curbs, light poles, and light pole bases, and picked up the trash. I then created a website, got all the DBAs needed, opened the phone lines to secure a listing online, and be listed in the yellow pages as one central advertisement for the whole plaza. My plan was to install murals wherever there was graffiti and paint over new graffiti as it came up. And we did that and we moved forward and it was very successful. There was no new graffiti where we had put in beautiful murals. I then asked each business to consider just a $50 a month contribution. That would be $600 for the year, and I was hoping for 100 memberships. I ended up getting about a dozen, which lasted about a year or two. I matched the contributions, so we roughly had about a $1,200 a month budget for security and cleaning. It's not a lot for a big place like this. I brought on armed security guards in the beginning because on the weekends we had real problems, on Friday and Saturday nights mostly. A lot of drinking and fighting in the parking lot, leaving broken glass, trash, smashed car windows, and new graffiti. Also, soliciting had become a big problem along with homelessness. Within a short time, I cleaned up the whole parking lot. I had over a dozen abandoned cars towed away by Century Towing. Some had been there for months and had graffiti on them, broken windows, and flat tires. All the trash and graffiti was removed, and the guards were keeping it safe. Unfortunately, the recession hit and everyone ran out of money for a few years. I continued to do what I could, but there was a new threat. Clark County wanted to tear down the plaza in 2006 to 2009 and had a plan that was going for several years in advance before then. They said it was a blight and a burden on the taxpayer. Chris G. and Lisa Coder of Redevelopment came after me hard. They wanted to know who I was working for and who was in the association. They wanted to stop me from cleaning up the area and increasing the property value and the reputation. They wanted to devalue it to sell it to new billionaire developers and make money on all the new development. And all of this was outlined in their 100-page blight study, and they were about to close in. I took this message to the business and property owners to inform them to call the commissioner and let their voice be heard, and to the media, and to stop eminent domain abuse by the government. They also tried to silence me. Greenspun Media Group tried to sue me using the name District at Commercial Center and the district at cc.com. I later changed the name to commercialcenterdistrict.com and the suit was dropped. They thought that that name was much too similar to the district at Green Valley Ranch and the district at GVR.com, although we were in totally different cities and we had different monikers and different fonts and totally different businesses. They were most likely part of the new development that saw us owners as a threat. Later, they closed the redevelopment agency and they were also only going to pay 85% relocation costs to the businesses to move us. And that was not right or fair. I fought them hard and told them only 100% would be accepted. So, as you can see, there's been a long battle and fight to save Commercial Center and to preserve the historic value of our neighborhood. I created and maintain the website, which will be getting updated soon, the commercialcenterdistrict.com, and all the social media and reviews for Commercial Center on Google, Yelp, TripAdvisor, Instagram, and Facebook. You may be asking yourself, why did I do all this? Well, I grew up here and I have a stake as a business owner. My whole life savings is in my business, like many of you. I'm not giving up without a fight, and I will stand up for what is right. I will stand up for you, for us. I do not like it when government and big corporations try to bully small business owners, especially minority and women business owners, which is mostly what our plaza is made up of. So as you can see, I have been on the job since 2004 and I'm here to stay. I know the work that I have done has been effective, and you may not even know who's been doing all these things. Kudos to the property owners and all of you who have invested to improve their properties and attract new tenants and customers and to build your business here. But we do not exist in a vacuum. We are in a whole community. This is not a one and done thing. We cannot just open a business and close our eyes to what is happening around us. My main goal is to bring 7 days a week security and cleaning among other projects. There are costs involved. I encourage you to help and choose what you can afford and feel called to help with. I've been asked, why don't the owners or county do more or provide these services? The building owners are responsible to their property line, which ends at all of our front doors. The general parking lot, 18 acres and 1,000 spaces, and outer 4 blocks are owned by the county. I invite you to call and request services, as I have been doing for many years, and write letters. If you can get them to do more, great, and also to keep up with it. A center our size needs regular cleaning, daily cleaning, and security services. Successful shopping malls and centers have this as a standard. We can choose to work together and succeed and cut cost as a group, or individuals can take it upon themselves. One thing is sure, we need clear direction, follow through, and good management. I am happy to manage these services as I've been doing and do it freely. Also, anyone that wants to volunteer, we can create a new board as we move forward. My motto is, keep it simple. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Focus on our needs right now. Full accounting and transparency will be given with a list of contributions and receipts for all who want to and are able to help. What I am asking for is for those of you who can afford it, and I know these are difficult times, to consider a $100 a month contribution to cover security, which will be paid in advance for the year. We're seeking 30 businesses at this level to fulfill our annual budget. Average security services are anywhere from $14 to $20 with most companies, and even higher for armed guards. And the security that we've had this past year, Century Security, has been doing a fantastic job. They've been on the property 3 days a week throughout the whole year. They're down to 1 day a week this past December due to budgeting. And all of that was paid for by myself to show you, the community, that how good it can be and what we can accomplish together. So now you can see and now you know. And recently, with only 1 day a week, we've had some problems start to build up across from the E building and throughout the plaza, and also by Exo Liquor. So we do need to work together if we want to solve the problem. We can't wait for property owners to do more. They're doing everything they can, and the county is not going to pay for security guard services, although we have Metro that comes in from time to time. They can't be there all the time. And most of us are busy running our businesses day to day, so we don't have time to be taking care of everything. So we contracted out to a third party and someone who is able and capable to do trespassing, remove any loitering and soliciting, and keep it safe for our clients and our customers. Next, we have the cleaning needs. This can become a position at $10 an hour for all that is needed is a dustpan, a broom, and a trash can, and at least 4 hours a day. We have a big place, and no matter what entrance our customers come in or exit at and park at, we want it to be clean. We want someone steady who cares and also will give us reports as needed on safety and maintenance. And they also will be a great deterrent to crime and loitering because someone is watching. To backtrack a little bit, the main function of our security officers is to trespass anyone who is soliciting and loitering and to check on businesses during their rounds, to make reports to us and act as a visual deterrent to crime, and to make our customers feel safe. With this level of visibility, security is a proven deterrent. Next, we have general membership to the association, which will help with website hosting costs, telephone lines, and online marketing, which are all being done and been paid for the past 15 years, and we'll go over that shortly. This is if we want to do more than just cleaning and security, which are our main concerns, considering more group advertising and events like we had in 2017 and 2018 and 19. Even though we try to save on costs as much as possible, there are still costs involved. Finally, the project I want to share with you is that I will be donating my time to direct and produce our new documentary and ebook and hardcover edition about us and our history, to tell your stories and the famous history that we have. I'll be asking for donations from local musicians for our soundtrack and for our studio time donations. The only cost involved will be video editing, book editing, and printing our coffee table book and DVD. This will be sold for nonprofit to help cut the costs and upkeep of our entire area. And to assist businesses as needed, 100% will go to the area. Everyone will receive a copy for their family, and everyone interviewed will be featured in the documentary and will receive recognition for their help in building this community. It will be a lasting legacy for generations to come. The timeline is to be released in early 2022 by our 60th anniversary in 2023. So it is my honor and privilege to serve you in this way and to offer you my talents, my gifts, my time to this place that has literally saved my life and continues to sustain me. I ask today that you have an open mind and an open heart, and to give freely what you can to the thing that is giving you life and providing for you and your family, and hopefully will for many years. I hope that after all that I have shared with you, that you feel you can trust me with confidence, because we only do business with people we trust, and we only spend our money with companies and services we trust. And I hope that you can trust me. And I do have some things to show you. This flyer went out to all the businesses, and these were some problems that were happening early on in the shutdown last year. We had about 2 months where this had built up. You can see that there. This went out to all the businesses. It says, homeless camp sprung up during the shutdown. Century Security was hired and the junk man to fix the problem by me. While you were away, I was watching over us and keeping us safe so we could reopen. Thousands have been spent to keep our businesses safe. And on the back, it says that your help is needed to continue to make the neighborhood safe. I'm asking for $100 monthly from all who are able to increase our security to 7 days a week. I've been paying for security and junk removal services since November 2019 to show the community how good it can be if we did these things. If you like the way things are looking, then I need your help to continue, or we will return to the way that it was, which can be seen right now with some things that are happening in our center. We were currently at this time, we were having 3 days a week security. We've since went down to one due to budgeting. I could not continue on my own. I've been working to improve our neighborhood safety and security and beauty since 2004. I also created and maintain our websites, as was talked about earlier. If you'd like to see more information about the history of the Business Association, go to our updated site, commercialcenterusa.com. Also, go to freeparkandartlasvegas.com, which features local artists who did our first murals that were installed on the sidewalks. But our very first artist was Howard Freeman of Freeman Artists, and he came out back in 2006 or 2007 and began to put those murals in at my direction over any graffiti. And he was just wonderful and donated some of his time and talent. And also, artists need to eat and survive too, and also was compensated for some of his murals as well through our business association and myself. Next, we had at our meeting these stickers here, which are part of from Metro that I ordered for our neighborhood business watch. And these can go on your windows or doors. Also, I've created media like this, and these have been available the past couple years, working to try to get these into the businesses. And it says, "Shop and Dine the World, the historic commercial center of family neighborhood, exotic dining, unique shopping, entertainment, arts, and music. Experience the Las Vegas legend, over 100 shops and restaurants." And then, of course, we have a bold goal, and that's to create Las Vegas's largest art walk. And so some of that information is in here and has been all along. Actually, this beautiful dolphin mural on the back that Howard Freeman did, which has since been replaced with a newer updated mural over by the A building on the compactor walls. So there's also information about our book project here. And this brochure was published in 2017, and you can maybe see that there, and then handed out to the businesses at the time in advance for our open house that we did. So it's a really great brochure, ready for a little updating to add some new businesses. With your membership, you can become one of the featured businesses here. You see that we have a list of featured businesses in the middle. Some of these include A Harmony Nail Spa, Lotus of Siam, Italian Oasis, New Orleans Square, John Fish Jewelers, Komal Thai Restaurant, and on with others who have been helpful in the past and contributed to our efforts. And of course, this is why we're here today. That was the Commercial Center Safety and Security flyer that went out to everybody announcing today's meeting. As I said, we did have 11 in attendance, and we maybe had many that wanted to be on Zoom who weren't able to make it. So for those of you who couldn't log in, I'm so sorry, but I do have this recording of this recap of our meeting. Other projects that have been done, this is when we brought all the artists out to do sidewalk murals, and some of those can be seen in front of what's going to be now the new Vicky's Diner, and they're featured also in our commercial. You could see that commercial at commercialcenterusa.com and go to our video section or on the home page. It's also listed on YouTube as well. And this is one of the cleanup projects that we were doing a few years back, and we did the neighborhood cleanup. And also at this time, we had a GoFundMe page to help out. We still have that GoFundMe, which is gofundme.com/commercial center fund. And to get into our budget that was presented at the meeting today. So we have our commercial center budget, And our total expenses that have been paid out already over the years, and also donations that have been collected from various businesses. So we have out our phone lines, which have been paid since 2006. They're 108 a month for 2 phone lines and voicemail, and those helped us to get listed in the yellow pages. The phone lines are for commercialcenterdistrict.com and the Commercial Center Business Association. And the total paid from '07 to now is $18,162. And those are being paid for monthly, and they're hosted at my salon. The next is our monthly website hosting since 2006 by websitecenter.com. They created our first commercialcenterdistrict.com website, and they used to have their offices in our plaza. They have since moved to another location, but I kept them for the help that they gave and continued hosting with them at $25 a month. And the total that we paid from 2006 to now is $4,500 in hosting. Our initial website fee to create it was about $1,500. Domains registration and hosting at GoDaddy for the various other websites that are all linked together, including our business association, our Free Park and Art Las Vegas, and online marketing, SEO, website optimization, security certificates. That totaled $5,400, which is only about $386 a year that we've been spending to have all of these supporting websites, which is about $25, $30 a month. So very reasonable fees and costs, but over time it adds up. Security that we've had from 2019 till now, this past year we spent $11,186 to have 3 days a week and a couple of weeks where we had 7 days a week when there was a shutdown and we needed additional security. Junkman removal service is to remove all of the additional junk and trash left over by the homeless camps that had sprung up. This past year was $3,000, and fees ran anywhere from $89 for a minimum pickup up to $500 for a full truckload, and that is the Junkman services. Prices are very reasonable. We shopped around 2 or 3 different companies before we chose them, and by keeping with them, we actually got some discounts going forward. They've been very nice and very good to us. And also, Century Security has been excellent in keeping our shopping center safe for the days that we can afford them and when they're there. Then we had our open house in 2017 with a DJ. We had a commercial filmed. That's the one that's online by Joseph Triplett. Horse and wagon rides. We did banners and advertisements, party bus, limo photo booth, photography, a bouncy house, and clowns. And all of those can be seen in the commercial. We also had extras come out from one of the acting studios here in town and shoot some scenes just for that commercial to give us a high quality commercial and something very professional. The total of the open house at the time was around $7,000. We got $1,000 in donations, and then of course the rest I took care of. So parking lot striping, rental, and graffiti removal from 2006 to now, about $3,000 has been spent. All of my hours to volunteer and help to maintain the all of the business behind the scenes, all the letters to the governor, the commissioners, the fire department, Clark County, to Metro, all of my time spent giving flyers, hosting meetings, preparing our events, and doing all of that, many, many hundreds of hours of free labor to the community. And if we had paid somebody to do all that, we'd have easily paid over $20,000. Security, cleaning, and landscape, tree trimming and weeding in the early years when we needed quite a bit more, that all added up to about $20,000, which was all paid. And along with bus stop billboards that we had with the bus lines. Total investment into the community is at approximately about $93,000 since we started this. Total cash paid, actual cash paid out, $73,000. With other miscellaneous items and time put in, we're looking at about $100,000 since 2006 in order to improve our shopping center, to create a new curb appeal, to rebrand, and to do a lot of actual physical work, the cleaning, the weeding, the security. I've collected maybe about $10,000 from other businesses at most from 2006 until recently, with some doing their $600 a year memberships in the early years when we had about a dozen members that lasted about a year or two. And I matched their contributions. And then over the years, we've had a few donations come in, 100 here, 100 there. Nothing very large or sustainable, but all of it has helped. So then, moving on, our new budget that I'm proposing for us, if we would like to have 7-day-a-week security by Century Security, they'll provide a 5-hour shift, can be on a rotating schedule, and it's only $595 for the week or $2,500 for the month. If we'd like to see 7-day-a-week security with 10 hours a day, we're looking at $1,190 a week at $5,100 a month. And they've reduced their fee from $20 an hour to approximately $17, which is an excellent price for security services. 4 hours a day of cleaning our shopping center could run anywhere from $40 to $50 or $280 a week. Very reasonable. It's $1,200 a month. Website hosting and domains, which are being paid for already, $57. Phone lines, which are already being paid, $108. Total monthly budget with 5 hours of security will be $3,900. Total monthly with 10 hours of security will be $6,500. If we want to include a budget for annual events, advertising, bulk trash removal, which shouldn't be needed as we have more security, we could easily increase this amount by $10,000 or basically $1,000 additional per month. So we'd be looking at a total budget of maybe $4,900 to $7,500, depending on the hours of security that you, the community, would like to get. Our goal is 100 members at $100 a month. That would allow for a $10,000 a month budget. So 50 members will give us $5,000 a month budget. Most likely, we'll probably see about 10 to 20 business owners from around the plaza who may be willing to join in at the $100 level. And that will give us $1,000 to $2,000 a month budget. And unfortunately, that will not meet all of our needs, but we'll do what we can. So I have these here. They'll be in a PDF available online on commercialcenterusa.com. You'll be able to see the commercial center budget. And then also this will be in a PDF for you to see and view Business Association proposed budget. So we have that available for you. Also, if you need to see what has, what we've been doing, this is our monthly phone bill for the commercial center. As you can see, it says commercial center, and then how much we're paying there, and that's by CenturyLink. You can also see Century Security, what's actually been paid for this past year. This will be uploaded as a PDF for transparency and to show you things have actually been being done. And here it is right here. This is an invoice from them showing all the paid amounts for $11,186. So those were paid, and that's Century Security right there. You can see that'll be uploaded. And then here's the proposal that we have from Ralph over at Century Security. They've done a great job. And we have the weekly amount of $595 for the five-hour shift. And then we have a proposal for 10 hours a day, and we can choose the scheduling for that, 2 different 5-hour shifts, $1,190 a week. So essentially, I'd like to see us get coverage from anywhere from maybe 9 a.m. until 7, or from 12 to 10, a few overnights on the weekends, but mostly to make sure the shopping center is clean and safe and ready when most of our businesses open anywhere between 9 and 12 o'clock, and most are operating until about 10 o'clock at night. Then there are the overnight or 24-hour businesses, which if they want security late in the evening, they'll have to pitch in. Excuse me. So I leave you with our commercial center vision. Do you see the problems? Is the glass half empty or half full, in your opinion? Are you a pessimist who likes to complain and do nothing? expecting someone else to pick up the pieces? Or are you an agent of effective change, an optimist with a plan that is taking action right here and right now and keeps doing the work one day at a time? It's very hard to overcome a bad reputation. If we all work together and you believe and trust, I know my plan and vision will keep us in a good public light. No trash, no homeless, and no soliciting. Whether you see this as a problem or not, it has negatively affected your business. We will have awesome curb appeal and an improved reputation. At the end of the day, all we have is our good name. If you get a bad reputation, people won't come to your business, and it could cause its ultimate failure. By being responsible, doing the right thing, taking ownership of our neighborhood is the best insurance we can have for success. It's like when I was drinking, I became unemployable and lost every job due to my drinking. And I blamed everyone and everything else. And I said they were the problem and that they should change. What I later came to know that through the 12 steps is that it was all my actions. It was the consequences I had caused. I had to become responsible and forgive and not blame others for what is mine to do. So I ask you today to set aside your disappointment, anger, uncertainty, blame for a new experience with me, with Commercial Center, with businesses, and building community. And together, we can do amazing things. I need you to believe in me and the vision to trust me that I am an effective leader. I am you. I am just another business owner like you trying to live and achieve my dream of being self supporting through my business. I need you to trust me with your money, our money, to do the right thing. I know if more business owners had believed and trusted me and funded our projects fully from the beginning in 2006, well, we'd be having a very different conversation right now. We'd be having a conversation about fun projects and events because our basic needs would be met. So that's my message. I want, I hope, and sincerely need your trust in order to accomplish the vision that has been laid out. I have some affirmations for you and for me to help us to change our mind from negative thinking to positive thinking. Because truly, all we have to do is conceive, believe, and achieve. And it all starts right here. So trust and believe. And here's affirmations for our commercial center. And please share these with your staff, with your family. Take them into yourself to truly see this happening and believe that it is possible so that you can come to know this beautiful new experience. I love Commercial Center. I love New Orleans Square. I love my business and my neighbors. I love my community. Commercial Center is a success. New Orleans Square is a success. My business is a success. I am a success. You are a success. And together we will be successful. Sincerely, your neighbor and friend, Paula Josephine Sadler. So I come to you today here on Monday, January 25th, 2021. And I just want to say that I am so grateful to have my business in Commercial Center. I have got to grow up here literally since I was 16 years old, and I'll be 46 this year. So for nearly the past 30 years, I have come to know this special place, and I wondered, how is it that I could have done so many things here? We have um, a lot of Las Vegas. There's a lot of places to live and to be and to choose to do business, but somehow I kept getting drawn back to this place. And I realized why, after all of this, um, this is the place where I've learned to grow and to embrace what it means to be in a community, to care for you, to grow my business and my professional uh, career. And I've just loved it. It has not been without great challenge and great sacrifice. But I truly believe that we anything worth having is worth working for. And nothing comes free and it doesn't come easy. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Um, I have lots of information that has been posted online. Um, at our meeting, we had Ron McMenemy, we had a representative of the D building who owns Las Vegas memorabilia shop there and is doing big things over there. Ron McMenemy has done a wonderful job at his property, doing many, many wonderful things, painting the building, bringing artwork, installing um, directories, attracting new tenants, and very happy to see that, and they should be very proud of their accomplishments there. And Village Square, Building E by Cheryl Mibby and American Pacific Properties, the Ayers family, has done a wonderful job at our building, attracting new tenants and working very hard to do upgrades, put on a new roof and do plumbing. There's been many, many things that have been done. Owning these properties and these businesses is not easy. There's a lot of work involved, as you know. So I feel that everyone is doing pretty much everything they can at this moment to help build us up. At the meeting, there was a lot of talk about, well, over there from the D building, they were asking about my budget and proposed budget and said they had great ideas and how to cut costs. But I'm pretty confident with the numbers that are on there. They've been um, the very reasonable pricing for all of that. And I usually get 2 to 3 estimates before I spend any money. And also, I like to do business with people I trust and also who, are willing to help out. And many of these companies or services, I've developed relationships with them and they can be trusted. And that's important. That history and that relationship is very important because it's not just about buying services and goods. It's about also, that's a way to give back to others by using their services and their products. So at the meeting, there was a presentation by Ralph of Century Security. I'm sorry I don't have that audio, but he said some very poignant things and basically talking about how I brought them in this past year to do our general area. There was some comments from some few others who said they didn't see the security, but I know that's not true. They have been all around the shopping center and doing a fantastic job at keeping up with our security needs there all this past year. There was some other talk about what else was talked about at our meeting? Well, Ron McMenemy and also from Building D from the Las Vegas store, they had some conversations about, the effectiveness of security and those kind of things. It was a productive discussion, and I want to thank everyone who came out today. I want to thank Markevius of Melodic Minds. He opened up his studio and made it possible to host our first business association neighborhood meeting there, and we haven't had one in a while. And I do apologize for that. There seemed to be a little bit of a lack of interest over time, so I just took care of what I could do for us behind the scenes, working on our social media, on reviews, on things that weren't costing a lot of money, but only a little bit of time investment. And I have recently reached out to Tick Segerblom and Public Works to ask for restriping and repaving. It hasn't been done since 2004. I let them know that we've paid our taxes, we've paid our dues, that the parking lot is upkept through our taxation and licenses, and there was no response back. And although at a town hall meeting about a year ago, he, I asked him about it, and I said, we're ready to get our services, and he just laughed, which I was not very pleased about. And he says, oh, he says, Commercial Center, that free parking lot you have over there. And I told him, it's not free. We pay for it, and we pay dearly for it, and handsomely for it. And that we have paid over $100 million in taxes since 1963, and our property is currently worth over 100 million. In the early 2000s, it was estimated at over 670 million, and that's in a study by the county at the time. So, you know, we have wonderful businesses and wonderful offerings, and we just have to continue to work through any bad reputation. So that's what he said to me. I wrote a letter, and I recently wrote a letter to Public Works, and I told them they're in violation of their own code violation by not upkeeping their own land. Have not heard back, but I will be reaching out to the media, to Channel 13. I'll try to write some letters. I encourage each and every business owner here to write a letter and say, you know, dear Mr. Commissioner Segerblom, we need our parking lot restriped and repaved, and it's now been 17 years since it was done, and Karen Avenue was recently done. It's beautiful. Sahara Avenue was redone, but they somehow just bypassed us completely, which is no accident at all. Just another attempt to keep the businesses down, to keep us from growing and looking as good as the rest of Las Vegas that's getting all of this money and funding to do roadways and to improve. And people may say, oh, well, there's better ways to spend the money. We have a pandemic, we're doing all these things. And yes, that's true. There's a lot of money that needs to go to other places, but also money that we've spent, which was earmarked for these kind of roadway projects and continued maintenance in the county, and we're due our service. Everyone else has gotten their service, and we're due ours simply from we've already paid for it. So with that being said, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to call me. Feel free to email me. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. There were several business owners who I spoke with on my rounds who were very excited when they received this flyer right here, and they said they wanted to contribute. The Vegas Room came to me and said they thought this was a great idea, excuse me, and that they wanted to contribute. I was so happy about that and so excited that they're bringing fine dining and the best of local Las Vegas entertainment right to Village Square Building E, right to the Commercial Center, and they're expanding into the front. We've had several new businesses open in the past year. Vicky's Diner is proposed to be opening in the front of the shopping center, taking where the old Sturgis Wig location was, and Affordable Dental. We're very excited about that, to see a part of Las Vegas history actually returning to this, returning to another historic place in Las Vegas. And the funny thing is, they're coming out of White Cross Drugs over on Las Vegas Boulevard, and had been there many, many years. Well, we used to have a White Cross Drugs also in the 60s in Commercial Center. I've recently also posted some really great historic photos to a Facebook page called I Grew Up in Vegas Baby by Mark Curry. That's his page, a fantastic page with some great threads on Commercial Center, the rock concerts that were here, so many things, all the great history, the Rat Pack, where they filmed Vegas with Robert Urich Dantana. We were in the episode called Lost Monday. I think it was season 2, episode 12, I believe. And just fantastic, just really fantastic history. So I want to give a very special thanks to the Nigerian restaurant, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but the owner, she was present, and she came up to me after the meeting, and this shows me, you know, true community, who is a part of the true community, and also who has compassion and empathy and understanding like only um, can be done when it's authentic. And she thanked me very much. She said that she wanted to contribute, where how she can. She's still a newer business, getting her, legs of her business going in the plaza for about 1 year. So thank you so much, Nigerian restaurant. And I suggest everyone go and try some food over there and to experience something new and something different. Also to Markevius of Melodic Mind Studio, he thanked me afterwards and he said he appreciated how I kept the meeting positive, although there were a couple of people there who wanted to make some comments and focus more on the problems rather than getting into solutions, and maybe not looking to me as being effective or, that I could affect change. But I will let my body of work speak for myself. All that has been done, all that has been shared with you today, I'm happy to continue to do it. It's something that comes natural to me. It's easy. I've been in management my whole life, and I love beauty. I love art. I love the arts, and I'm a true creative and very spiritual person at my essence. And not only have I been a tenant here and a customer and done so many things, got sober in Commercial Center, had my last drink in Commercial Center, and represent a very important part of our population as a trans woman business owner, which I don't speak about often, but I want people to know that trans people are quite capable and that we have a lot to offer and a unique perspective. And because of what most of us have been through, we understand the importance of one, standing up for your rights, two, correcting any wrongs, and three, being an ardent supporter of diversity through unconditional love, through compassion, through empathy. And we have a valuable perspective to offer and to be a part of the community conversation and the national conversation and to be a part of the global conversation. That's my contribution. So this has been fantastic. I'm actually kind of grateful that the audio didn't take the first time so that I could come and invite you into my home to share with you a little bit about me. So you know who I am, where I came from. I'm not a new kid on the block. I've been here, uh, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but I'm still willing to learn and to grow with all of you. So I invite you to come to my salon, A Harmony Nail Spa, and check out what's going on there. There's lots of great services. We also give 50% off to all of the business owners and employees as a business to business discount and to network together. And I hope that you find some way to return that in kind to work with the other businesses here. That would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. We should all definitely be utilizing each other's services and products as much as possible. I do my best to have my staff and myself referring to our commercial center businesses in New Orleans Square first before any other referrals. That's very important. We're also doing an important uh, media social media campaign that we've been running for a few years. And every time clients come in to our salon, we offer them a free gift when they check out if they would just do a check-in thumbs up on Facebook for Commercial Center District, and then also for A Harmony Nail Spa, of course, and then have them check in on Facebook. The check-in is the three-dot menu. And a lot of people don't know about the check-in menu on Facebook, and it's really important because actually check-ins cannot be undone. And just to give you an idea of what that looks like, so you can tell your clients or your customers, and we have a flyer posted up about this there. And let's see, so I will just bring up, let's see if we can bring up a business here. Maybe we'll just bring up New Orleans Square. Okay, so I'll go ahead and tap on their page. And so there it is there. It's kind of hard to see with the screen, but there's the little thumbs up. And then below that's the three dots. And there's actual name for that. I don't know the name of the three dot menu, but you click on that and it brings up your check-in menu. So that's been very effective with our businesses. It's been actually amazingly effective. We really should have, 10, 20, 30,000 check-ins, maybe more than that, with all the time social media has been around and all of the different customers and clients that come to our shopping center each week, which has to be about 10,000 a week, at least during the non-COVID time. And we will return to that. So some of the work I've done also with the social media, uh, one of the gentlemen from Las Vegas asked me how many hits I had on our commercial that I had produced during our open house in 2017. I guess it was only recently updated and released on YouTube. So it's still growing in numbers for the views. And I think it's like 100. So it's not a lot, but it's a start. And so he asked me about that, and said he had a great referral, social media influencer that can help with that. Well, I think that's wonderful. I thank you for that. But to give you an idea here, when I started the social media marketing campaign and rebranding for Commercial Center, we had about a 2-star rating or less. It was pretty bad. And there was actually just bad review after bad review after bad review. So over the past several years, I've managed to raise us up to nearly 5 stars with, I think, about almost 1,000 reviews on our Google page. Now, there had never been any of these things for Commercial Center before. There was no Facebook for us or social media or Instagram. There was no YouTubes. There was just a lot of bad newspaper articles and bad taste in people's mouth for the reputation of our plaza that had gone down. So, with all of the efforts, it took a little bit of time. It actually took a couple of years. And now I will show you that our Google page, and you may not be able, there you go. That is just 1 month of views and searches and activity. So those are pretty big numbers, I think. I think it's pretty good. And if we look at the quarter here, we've actually had 1.85 million views in a quarter. We've been listed 45,000 times on searches and 1.8 million times on Google Maps. Um, we actually had 43,000 um, views this past month just on our photos that are on the Google page. But in the past quarter, even during a pandemic, we had 817,000 photo views, 400 requests for directions, and 167 people went to the website. So mostly what people are doing online is they're going to Google, they're checking Facebook, they're checking Instagram, and they're checking reviews. Everybody looks at reviews. Reviews are very, very important. And the reviews that we have, I think, nearly 1,000 reviews now online. And thank you to the businesses who are, have had any kind of flyers or letting their people know to make reviews. Currently, we have 1,208 reviews, and we have a solid 4.0 rating. So, and I respond to the reviews. I do my best to be professional and cordial and try to get people in on the conversation. I mostly respond to any negative reviews that have come up, the 1 and 2-star reviews, and try to get them to give more information and see if we can help them change their mind and thank them for giving the review to help us to do better. So these are all the things which I do for us, and a lot of the stuff I do on a Sunday morning with my coffee when I'm home. Um, so I'm very excited about our upcoming year, about what we can do together. I hope that by now, if you've watched all of this, and it is a long meeting today, which I'm going to try to post to YouTube and share on our pages, that you believe and trust and know. Um, Also, I'll share with you something very interesting. And I've had to come up against a lot of discrimination in my life, especially being a woman and a woman business owner. And then if you add transgendered on top of that, well, you can only imagine. So, um, and I've run up against a lot of male egos too, with other business and property owners over the years. And of course, they'll say it's not true. But I'm not stupid and I know the difference and I trust my intuition. There is definitely a difference in the way women do business. You know, we think here with our heart, we feel with our heart, and we listen to our intuition. Most women business owners run their business first with their intuition and their heart. Men tend to run their business only with what's here and what's logical. Now, there can be a great melding of minds for the two to come together, but definitely there is also a difference in the style of leadership that men and women have, and neither is good, right, or you know, or wrong. It just is what it is. There's just a difference. And so for me, I'm very comfortable with the fact of that I have used my intuition and my holistic healing background to bring feng shui to our plaza, to do community smudging events, to use crystals and gemstones, although you may not understand that or believe in those kind of things, but effective energy tools and using that intuition. Also, prayers, meditations, affirmations, all of those are super powerful. And when we do it together, that's even more. So if we can see this vision, believe in it, and work on it together, anything is possible. Uh, we can continue to have so much success and really cement our place in Las Vegas history. Um, and I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know how long we'll be doing this, whether there are property owners who may decide to sell and go for some new development in the future, or maybe they'll all sell at one time. Who knows? But for now, we can't think about that. We have to think about the here, the now, the present, and today, and what we can do each and every day to work together to promote community, to work together to be successful. And at the end of the day, what do we all want? We want more customers to our front doors so that we can run our businesses. And that cannot be done if there's trash and homelessness and those kind of things. So we must take care of those things. So I thank you so much for your time and your interest and your consideration. Um, and we will be having a meeting next month. I'm proposing that we do at least 2 more meetings monthly so that we can get to know each other, meet and greet. Hopefully we'll have even a better turnout the next meeting, and also figure out this Zoom situation and how to get that working. And then we can maybe go to quarterly meetings. So thank you all so much. And I look forward to meeting you and working together. So have a great night, and thank you.